Get our roll call going. And we want to say free Larry Hoover. That's what we want to do. We want to free all our political prisoners, all of our brothers and sisters in this unjustly system. We want to free them. Yeah, we see they sending me all the little stuff about some bloggers. Everybody got something to say. My cousin tried to ruffle my feathers, knowing I ain't got none. Straight alligator skin around here. He from LA, his daddy from the Chi, you dig? Salute East New York in the building. Let's get our roll call going. Queens in the building. You know, so with age we get wisdom, as they say, right? So we gonna start posing questions to y'all. The ones that's in the comments, the vloggers, the bloggers, the YouTubers, everybody with opinion, you know, people with mouths and got a voice box that can speak. Humble Park, Chi-Town in the building. Now, even for Humble Park, right, it's a predominantly Spanish-speaking, Latin cultured neighborhood, right? Now, we gonna keep, you know, because when I do this, y'all said stay on here three times a week. I'm trying to do that for y'all. But I'm gonna give y'all some real game and some knowledge and some history and some understanding. So Humble Park, predominantly Latin cultured, Spanish speaking community. Free Chief Malik, which is Jeff Fort, of course, but we know the type of crime that they have him locked up for, and we know that it'll be harder for him due to all the evidence or whatever they had due to that crime, to that situation, which is it was definitely an entrapment situation. So hopefully, you know, Jeff Fort, free Jeff Fort as well. Hopefully he can get out of there, you know what I'm saying? Because once again, and I tell y'all this over and over, we've been dealing with this for the longest because Jeff Fort was 19 years old, you know what I'm saying, when he got the $1 million grant from the government in the 60s. So when people keep attacking Chicago, saying gangs and organized crime and this and that, y'all didn't understand the origin of Chicago. Y'all didn't understand that once from slavery and them looking for a better life as freed slaves, freedmen as they say, that they walked from the ports of Mississippi and Virginia and Louisiana. You know, they walked up Highway 57 to Chicago and settled in the south side of Chicago, where predominantly all, you know, Africans descendants were, you know, the children of the African slaves came. So settled here in Chicago. Some made it as far as California. Then if you made it to Canada, you was a freedman as well, which was where the part of the Harriet Tubman story comes in, that she, you know what I'm saying, was getting people with the Underground Railroad to make it their way to Canada, because had you made it to Canada, then you was free. So a part of that movie, Harriet, if y'all seen it, they was trying to depict this story that I'm telling y'all about now. Some care, some don't. Like I told y'all, when I hear the negative or the wrongful things being said about Chicago, I'm here to correct them. You know what I'm saying? So that's what this is for. You know, people say a lot of stuff. I just want y'all to have an outlet and an avenue to go to for the real truths when it comes to Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We see what they do on the news. They want to interview the person with all their teeth missing, or standing there with a beer bottle, and even with the guy, put your hands on the, what he was doing on the news. Everybody seen that. They want the irrational person, on the news to always show us in a negative light. And I'm gonna say it over and over because I keep seeing it over and over. It's no jealousy or hatred personally towards the Vlads and the Adam 22s and none of this. But we been dealing with over 1,000 years of the Europeans telling our culture. So we need our people to tell our own culture. We see what happened when the Europeans tell our culture. Get the likes up. It's 70 people in here. I want the likes to match it. Comment, subscribe, share it. Come on, let me see the likes go up, because we kicking some real game around here. Y'all might come for the foolishness, but I ain't giving you no foolishness. I ain't doing all that huffing and puffing. And we need to really revamp our culture. Get the likes up. It shouldn't be that hard. It's one push of a button. Hit the notification bell. Let's go. It's half and half. It's 35 people ain't hit it yet. Let's go. It's 33 people. I'm watching. We all watching. Because it's enough. OG, you need a podcast. No, I don't. I need this right here, YouTube. I can come and go when I please. I'm not no sitting duck. Y'all know my lifestyle, international JoJo. I'm not a local joker. I'm a global gangster. I got to move and groove in my time. But y'all said, do this, OG, kick it with us 3 times a week. And that's what I'm doing. But we got to be fair. 70 people, 40 likes. Come on, 71 people, 40 likes. Let's go, y'all. What we doing? This ain't, come on, man. So we doing a revamp. So y'all can play back those that's coming on late. Y'all can do the playback and see where I'm starting from. I'm going all the way from slavery on up. So we've been, entrenched with separatism, from Europe, opposed to what they want our literature to be, our history to be, our language to be, because we speaking right now English, which is not our native language. Then you also do have the stories of being taught about the Moors, teaching language, science, math. We know about this stuff. So you see how I keep being, we really don't know what's going on, but we know Alexander Pushkin was a black Moor that taught the Russian language. You see what I'm saying? We need to know all of the Alexander Pushkins. We need to know if, we do know that birthplace of civilization was Ethiopia. We know that. So everybody is descendants from Africa, regardless to how some want to feel or whatever, right? You have prejudice and you have racism. But it's really more prejudice than racism, because there's only one race, and that's the human race. That's it. So you have a lot of brothers and sisters that refuse to tap into a Sinetta TV. 52 likes, 87 people. What we doing? Come on, you other people that ain't tapped, hit the like button, hit the like button. So if I was dissing somebody, the likes would be through the roof, the followers be through the roof. I just posted a video prior. Everyone deserves a second chance, of course. So we gonna get right into the Larry Hoover situation. As a young teen, searching, trying to find a better way. Jeff Force, the likes of Jeff Fort, the likes of Mickey Cardwell, the likes of Willie Lords. I want to be King Geno's. I want to be politically correct because I'm giving y'all knowledge on Chicago, since everybody thriving and want it so bad. So I got to make sure I give it to you. Willie Lord, Booney Black. Booney Black was the leader of the Black Gangsters. Willie Lord, the Unknown Vice Lords. Walter Wheat, the Four Corner Hustlers. So when you hear a few guys say on phone them, but even though that original lingo was on folks now, that originally was on folks now. So whether BDs or GDs or Black Gangsters will say on folks now, even the Latin fractions of each of those organizations, right? Then you had Pepper Lou. You know, Pepper Lou was the king and the founder, father of the Vice Lords back in the 50s. So this what I'm telling y'all, like, this not nothing new. King Gino, the Latin Kings, this all Chicago. King Pojo, my father, king of the King Cobras. Mickey Cogwell, king of the Mickey Cobras. David Barksdale, the king of the Black Disciples. Jeff Fort, the king of El Rukins, Almighty Black Pete Stone Rangers. And then, of course, we had Larry Hoover. You know what I'm saying? Which all of them grew up together. All of them knew of each other. All of them was in the penitentiaries together. My father and Larry Hoover was locked up together. And as a child, like, a lot of these people don't even know these guys. But I got pictures of me going to the penitentiaries, meeting my parents. I mean, you know, my parents taking me on visits. And once I became a teenager, you know, going with a governor or a regent, you know what I'm saying, to the penitentiaries to call the board members out, you know, so they can come to a visit and have a conversation. So what happened was, of course, it was a brotherhood. So we're going to go back to when Larry and them was children. You know, you got to keep in mind, it still was the Jim Crow era, right? Because he's 71 years old today. So you got to think back 70-something years, and you put him into his teens, right? So you take him to, just say, 63 years ago. Well, we'll say 60 years ago. No. We'll say 55 years ago on the safe side. So we'll say 55 years ago. That's putting him in, you know, if he's 21 now, 71 now. So they grew up having to go to school and fighting, as they used to call them, the Dagos, which was the Italians, right? Now, I'm listening to my great-grandmother and them tell these stories. So they say, are you related to Ruby? We never know, man. You know, the family's so big, they always say, my son, he look just like me. He do, it's funny. You know, his parents from the low end like me, so, you know. But to my knowledge, no, he's not my son. But I like the path that he's on. He's a very talented artist. He did put out a hit single, They Didn't Let the GDs in the Dough. You know, it was big. It was an anthem for the members, you know, old and new, you know, to have a sense of endurance. And, you know, it was like a pep rally, you know what I'm saying? Now, what they want to do to us and our brotherhoods is criminalize us all the time. So I'm not going to let us be unaware that J. Edgar Hoover, and I don't know if y'all watched the J. Edgar Hoover story, but y'all should, to enlighten y'allself on the things that I'm speaking on at this moment. That any black group of men, his duty was to criminalize them. And one of his favorite statements was, what's the scariest thing or something about America? And he was asked, and he said, the unity of the black man. So that right there let y'all know what we dealing with. You know what I'm saying? The unity of the black man was the worst thing that he wanted to see. So he did everything and anything in his power to make sure we didn't unite. And as y'all see, they let the CIA put all the drugs in our neighborhood. They let them bring all the diseases in our neighborhoods and give it to our people, the bad foods, etc., right? So now we got 138 people, 87 likes. Get the likes up. Why we got to keep going through this? Let's go. 140 people, 87 likes. This crazy. Let's get the likes up. Well, maybe y'all just tapping in. So for those that just tapped in, get the likes up. Hit the like button. We want this to go somewhere. Because I ain't going to get on here and y'all ask me to do this and then y'all get on here and the support ain't there. I can't do it. So let's go. JoJo, give me a wrench. You got trolls in here. Man, I ain't gonna pay them no attention. Let them bunch of weirdos. Let them have their fun. They bored. They over here, so let them have their fun. Sometimes you have to destroy to rebuild. They say that. Emasculinity, free Larry. You waste your time. Whoever the guy, start your own campaign. So, Oh, here you go. You don't know Larry Blaze, but I'm gonna read your comment. You say Larry was an evil man, a real man that changes, wouldn't beg to be freed. This way you lost it. They would understand the pain they caused and know they deserve what they got. It's not true. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget the Rick Ross nah, you can never forget Rick Ross story and Contra and all that they was using him to for that case, you know what I'm saying? But that guy right there, Nakeem say I got he just want to be heard. Okay. Thomas say get the likes up. 154 people. Come on, get the likes up. I know Larry personally visited him from 91 to 95 when we were indicted. Okay, so a person like you can give no said damn society talk ignore men issues on purpose. But what you just said, like when you was able to personally meet him, you knew that he was intelligent, highly intelligent. He has a Michael Jordan. Well, I mean, he had a good game on the basketball court. Everybody, they know that he liked to hoop. Um, then you got to think people that's young. What's up? People that's incarcerated, they don't have nothing to do but to read or learn, or you're gonna be a fool and play dominoes and cards all day and chess and checkers and work out. And then some, you know what I'm saying? You got to think of the era that they came up from, that Jim Crow era where we was taught, and before that we couldn't read and we couldn't write. So people took that time that they was given to teach themselves, you know what I'm saying, to become self-educated, to learn how to read and write, and then they in there with like-minded members or like-minded brothers, Capone, you are intelligent, you got me tuned in, appreciate you. He really is a political prisoner, of course. So just because DC in here, salute JoJo, Free Wayne Perry, and Tony Lewis Sr. for sure. So you had guys that could have stood solid. Like I tell y'all, I grew up in an era where if we did the crime and got caught, we do the time. So that's why y'all used to hear me, denounce a lot of guys that get on here. I did 70 years, and I'm like, okay, you got caught. You know what I'm saying? What we doing? Are we supposed to give you some flowers or a rose for you doing 70 years because you got caught for something? And then you have the entrapment situations, right? And in a situation like Larry's, it was more entrapment. So some people was upset, oh, he denouncing this. Little do y'all know, he denounced it in the 80s. That ain't nothing new. That's not new knowledge. It's like, if we gonna ask you, if your brothers and sisters, right? And just because you the oldest, because we know this, I'm always give us something we can all relate to. You the oldest sibling in your household. But every time something was broke when mom and daddy got in the house, the oldest got the punishment, right? Some of y'all can relate to this. So it was either going to be one or two things. You was going to take the whooping. You was going to take the punishment for what your little brothers and sisters done. Now, the parents realizing that they know you didn't do this, but they understanding and they trying to get a bond with you to say, hey, it's not snitching if you tell that you didn't do this, but you willing to stand up and take the punishment because the child is learning, blah, blah, blah. Because it's really your parents' job to teach their own children. But in our cultures, the parents had to go to work. The oldest of the siblings had to watch and keep the household calm until they got off work. So it was as they say, the village. It take a village to raise a child, and it really does. So we not realizing that, okay, yeah, it's taking this child's youth away because he's or she's parenting their siblings. We all been through it. I want to go out and kick it. My mama, I got to watch these kids. And man, that ain't what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to beat the street. So we all can relate to that. Now, in Larry's situation, okay, just say he the big brother of the crew. He the big brother of the crew, Just like in the Army and the Navy. We ain't going to keep separating this the way that we doing it, because a lot of them wars and stuff they claiming they going to fight, we not stupid. They going to take people land. They invading these people territory. They stripping them for their natural resources. It's wrong. But I ain't seen no bloggers getting on here talking about that. I ain't seen no YouTubers get on here talking about that. Only thing I keep seeing over and over is somebody from not from Chicago reporting on Chicago, like we asking them to. We not asking y'all to report on Chicago. You know what I'm saying? We do know it's ABC, whatever news stations that we don't own is reporting on Chicago, Chicago Sun-Times, our newspapers, Chicago Tribune. We know where to go if we want to see what's going on in Chicago, right? It's news outlets for us. So we not asking nobody from no other city to speak on us. We not. I ain't seen not one person say, hey, thank you for reporting on Chicago and you never been here. You only monetizing off Chicago. And now you have somebody like me from Chicago, in Chicago, calling you out on it, and a lot of them don't like it. But I'm gonna give it to y'all real, because if somebody gonna lie on us and just speak on us and don't know us, oh, well, they said this and that in they raps. A lot of them lost souls, man. A lot of them is lost souls, and y'all make my job harder to be this OG, to be the big brother, the captain of the crew or the team, you know, the guy, the sponsor, the sponsee. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make it hard on me, because here I am trying to, me and others, you know, whoever we can reach, we trying to steer them in another direction, and then here y'all come with all the drama. So what y'all doing is teaching these children that y'all have these big platforms. Majority of y'all built these platforms on the heartache and the pain and the murders of us. Y'all done got to the point where y'all posting and using the death picture on y'all thumbnails. Like if a person gets shot, y'all done screenshotted that and posted that, and y'all not even from this city, right? I just saw, rest in peace to the young sister, Young Thug's nephew allegedly, you know, just had a situation where it was a domestic dispute or whatever, and the young lady was killed. And I see the auntie or the godmother of the child saying, y'all keep posting all this stuff like the parents is not here. We see this stuff. We read these comments. And that's what I be saying. A lot of these bloggers don't be mindful of the trolls and all that. Like how y'all just said, give y'all a wrench to get the trolls out. But I don't care about them. They bored, and we know they bored. So it's just ignore them, you know. So that right there is what touch a person like me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see that godmother speaking on the loss of that young lady's life, you know, to a gun. It's like, I don't want them to been fighting, but I would have loved for him to shake her or push her and walk out the door, and the young lady could still have a future, you know. But when you putting these guns in these guys' hands that's on these drugs, these this alcohol, and with the issues that they're dealing with mentally, it don't mix. It's a terrible combination. It's a terrible concoction. So now we're gonna go back to Larry again. What he say? It's sad to see her cry. Yeah, man. Oh, you talking about Tuka mother. Salute OG from Charleston, Carolina. Salute to Charleston. I gotta get back down to Charleston to do my Gullah Geechee tour. I got there too late. I couldn't finish it. So I'm gonna get back there. My prayers are with Larry Hoover and his family. I pray he gets out, enjoy life. Like, and then think about it. They upset, right? Because they done put this man underground in ADX for the last 30 years or so, right? Because they say we breaking this person. But already you done had him in here as, well, not say a preteen because he was an adult, but he's been, you know, dealing with this. So we go from the juvenile to the county to the penitentiaries. Keep up the good work, young OG. Salute, Troy. So, you know, now he's in there with people he went to school with and all this, and now they ain't got nothing but time, right? So if you notice, they took all the books You can't get degrees from prison anymore. Anything, and you got to think, Detroit salute. You got to think. Y'all said jail was supposed to help rehabilitate the guys that's getting in trouble, right? Why would y'all take away all the curriculums? It's all a part of power. No contact with the world. That don't make sense. No contact with the world, and if you got an outdate, now you coming home lost. So they know jail is for profit. See, it's a lot of us that know this, but for some odd reason, some people don't do the due diligence to know this. We so powerful, they scared of it. Of course, free the old man, love from Brooklyn. Get the likes up, Devon said. We got 247 people and 174 likes. Come on, man, what's going on? We need them likes to match the viewers that's in here. Y'all told me to get on here. I'm doing what y'all asked of me. Do what I asked of y'all, because y'all know how this go. You got to get the likes up. You have to subscribe. You have to comment, share. You have to hit the notification bell. I'm learning this through y'all. So, you know what I'm saying? Anybody or anything that comes my way speaking on Chicago, free Larry, he paid his dues, JoJo. For real. For one, back in the days, a murder was 10 years. You got 10 years in jail. They had already had Larry in there for 20, right? No real proof. It was always some hearsay. No real proof. And I'm sure y'all seeing a lot of pages that's putting up the guys that done bodily harm to us, that's getting 2 years or 6 months. And then you see the guy over here that he's Caucasian. He, you know what I'm saying, he European descent, and he got 2 years or 6 months for doing harm to 10, 15 people. And then the brother over here or the sister over here, they getting 60 natural life for the same crime. And it's still going on right now today. So that's why it's like, we don't, we need you guys, the trollers. I'm gonna even speak to the trollers. We need y'all to go to school to help our culture in our community. That's if y'all are part of us and y'all just trolling and y'all are part of our culture for whatever, sick mind telling you to do, you know what I'm saying? But we need y'all to go to school. We need more lawyers. We need district attorneys. We need more judges. Y'all looking at people up there 80, 92 years old that grew up in slavery, that grew up probably a part of the Klan, and our fate lies in their hands. And y'all don't feel the need to go to school. A lot of our lives messed up already. We was fellas. I've been a felon since I first turned a teenager. So soon as they can put a felony on me, I was done. But I've done everything in my power to stay away from them people. You know what I'm saying? And really been taking it one day, one step at a time to change my life around and lead by example. So you don't see me do nothing hypocritical. I don't get on here. I show that I love all. Some guy has said I only support the GDs. Then I did an interview with a BD and he said that's a lie. JoJo support everybody, because I could got some Stones on here, some Vice Lords on here, some Latin Kings. I could have got everybody on here and they'd have told you that's a lie. He grew up with us. He ate with us. He came to our house with us. He done everything. So that's why when y'all see me speak, is due to when I'm hearing lies about our city, or lies if somebody trying to, slander a name or something. So for Larry, he get in there, he reading, and the first thing, so now some people is upset. Oh, he denounced y'all, and this and this and that. It's like, so you telling me if I'm trying to go up in front of the parole board, I've been in this jail 48 years, almost 50 years, and me denouncing something that I clearly haven't been physically in control of in 40 years. You see what I'm saying? Because, once they take you off the street, how strong are you for real? So now that's when they say, oh, he had the crew, but the blind lead the blind, the intelligent gonna lead the intelligent. And I tell y'all over and over, even though they use, gangs this, gangs that, the government labeled these brotherhoods and sisterhoods as gangs. Y'all ain't even letting y'all mind pay attention to that. The people didn't call themselves no gangs. The government did, and then the people didn't have no choice but to stick with what they was being labeled as. Right? That's just like with Tupac. He said, "Y'all call us niggas. I'ma make it never ignorant, getting goals accomplished." Some people ran with that, supported him for that. And then you had a person like me come around and some others, that said the original origin of the word was negus, Negus. The Europeans didn't know how to pronounce it, and they were saying niggas, you know what I'm saying? But it was negus, and that means king, a king in Ethiopia. Then you got people that's gonna argue with that. Oh, that was Greek literature. Oh, that was Greek language. Well, who taught the Greek state language? Because we know if Alexander Pushkin taught Russian language, well, who taught the Greek language? Because I just was actually watching something last night about how the Greeks got to Egypt and stole everything and changed the names. The Osiris was Isis and all. Like, I was just watching that last night. You know what I'm saying? How they done that. They invaded Africa, or that part of Africa, and switched it over. They stole everything. So it's not no secret. And I think they said in London, was it London or the UK, one of their museums got all our history. Now, how they got it? Africa damn sure ain't donated to them. You know what I'm saying? Africa damn sure ain't donated it to them. So they really think the old man is going back to his old ways, let him free. Yeah, come on, man. Then like you said, always practice the 5 P's. Some that don't know what that is, it's all public language now, it's public information. That stands for proper preparation prevents poor performance. Those are the laws and policies that was taught to the members, that was passed down. And that could have went for any organization. It could have went for any brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And that just means what? Think before you react. In layman's terms. Because if you think, proper preparation prevent poor performance. So if you're doing the right things, you're not going to end up in jail. So if you listen and follow them you ain't going to end up here. You don't want the poor performance. So you're going to do everything. You're going to follow these to stay in the loop. So it got to the point they put the drugs in the liquor. Some of our parents fell victim to it. They put the guns. Some of our parents fell victim to the guns. They came with the jails. Some of our parents fell victim to the jails. So now, even with the Section 8, they don't want no felons inside the household. So you taking the father away from the kids. So now you leaving the door open for the electrician, the plumber, and all kind of other men being seen by this man's kids, except his children, besides himself. So, you know what I'm saying? Then they doing this. It's just sad. Like, overall, it's just sad. So the people that was talking crazy or reckless, all he denouncing this, that man been denounced it. He been got wind. Oh, this what I wanted to go to. So with them growing up, to show you the origins of how this stuff started, just like they said with the Black Panthers. But for us here in Chicago, and we had our Black Panther chapter as well, Chairman Fred Hampton, Sr., 21 years old. You see how intelligent he was and how articulate he was. And they murdered him at 21 years old. So that's go to show you how the mind frame was around here back then in the 50s and 60s. Once we was, and I'm sure probably somewhere else, but once we were able to read, learn, and write, we was mastering it. So then you see they slide in a CIA mold in on Brother Fred. You know what I'm saying? Me and his son is like this. Fred Hampton Jr. He reposts all my stuff, so I make sure I keep his father in the loop. Long live Fred Hampton Sr. and a lot of other Panther Party members. So we have, so with them growing up, right, you got our mayor, So I'm gonna give y'all something popular that y'all probably know of. And with Jay Prince and Larry when they had a conversation, and he was saying on that Scarface on that Ghetto Boys album, and he said, "See, the man is scared of me. See, they want to lay you down and stick a in your butt, but I'm moving. He ain't going for it. You know." So basically, what he was saying was, when they grew up, our man, the Dailies, the family is the Daily family. They was monetizing off everything. They still got a 75-year contract. Now, this should be illegal. They have a 75-year contract on our parking meters in Chicago right now. The mother dead, the father died, the son, we just knew he was going to jail, but he slipped out somewhere. The nephew caught up in all type of stuff. So they have ambulance companies. They got a 75-year contract with the parking meters, and I think they got something going on with the airports, the land of the airports too. Something going on with that. So if y'all notice, our last 4 to 5 governors of Illinois been in the federal penitentiary. Salute King Act for the donation. Yeah, y'all making me see that I can get. So brothers like you, King Act, this your platform. This is what you do on the regular, brother. Always take any knowledge that I'm giving about our city. Me being elder than you. Never feel no type of way for reciting something I said or whatever. We give each other our flowers. We give each other our credit. Anything that you need from me, I'm a phone call away, I'm a DM away. I always just ask y'all to sympathize with the parents, you know what I'm saying? But give it the real of the city. Some want to say, "Oh, he done moved to Ohio. He ain't been out here in forever." Okay, truth tellers say he didn't move for 10 years, but y'all are from here. You know what I'm saying? So y'all still have grandmothers, probably, family members here. So when y'all speak on the city, bro, just show them that, like right now, this the Taste of Chicago weekend. So when I say content over gossip, I try to show, we just had a celebs roll act from Ohio, not the Chi. No, I thought he said he from the Chi and he probably moved to Ohio. Well, he on here, so he can speak on it himself. Well, he's still a Midwest boss. We Midwest bosses. We click it all in. Minnesota, Iowa, Ohio, Nebraska, Cleveland, the whole Ohio, the whole Michigan, the whole Illinois, the Minnesota, the Wisconsin. That's the Midwest, right? Who else? St. Louis. So if you from the Midwest, salute to all my Midwest bosses. I ain't tripping on that. Soldier Boy was born here, but he said he want to claim Mississippi, he want to claim Atlanta, he want to claim Cali. That's that man business. Gotti in here with the wrench. So we ain't tripping on that. Ludacris was born here. We got a lot of celebrities and everybody that was born here. Some, say you from where you went to high school at. Some will say you from where you went to grammar school at. Whatever, it don't matter. But I just feel like the truth tellers, the 16 shotter, long live Zach, and from my knowledge, I think Ak is from here, if I ain't mistaken. So I don't want to miss, Trenches News and the other Trenches TV or something, because I know it's 2 of them. But the one guy say I'm from the east side, and of course the other one from the low end, he from Newtown. So from those guys alone, why didn't Trump pardon Larry before he left office? He did, but they came and did something. The government came back and said no, or something. That's like he pardoned Jimmy Henchman as well, but Jimmy's still in there. Them laws, man, they can follow it. He out of office, so they ain't got to push the issue on it. You know what I'm saying? But we look at it like he pardoned Lil Wayne and he pardoned Kodak, and they let them right out. But these two different groups of people, they two different, for them two entertainers, you know what I'm saying? So they hurry up and push them out. JoJo Capone had one of the dopest DVD magazines here in Chicago. Facts. We had the paper magazine called Exposure, and we had the Chicago version DVD magazine, and I also was the partner with the feds overturned Larry's pardon. Yeah, they overturned it. The old man going to touchdown, got to speaking in existence for sure. And in the papers, when they was saying, oh, this is what I wanted to tell y'all, because I done a live prior, right? And I think KP was on here with me, because KP just gave his life back and all that. And I was telling KP, I'm like, damn, it's crazy. I just hung up from my brother, my older brother, and he was saying if guys wasn't bringing attention to Larry, he would have been home. You know what I'm saying? But we was also taught by Larry and them too to aid and assist our fellow brothers of the struggle. You know what I'm saying? So if he needed signatures and all that, what are we to do? Look away and don't sign the signatures? This is what we was taught. You know what I'm saying? He said, go vote. Real gangsters go to the polls. We went to the polls. We got Gator Bradley to reach the White House, so we was on to something. So I want to still keep it in the brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? The government made the brotherhood criminal. The brotherhood didn't make the brotherhood criminal. So when I'm speaking, that's why I give y'all that knowledge of we don't have to look at our brothers and our sisters as no criminals and no crooks. Like, we know what criminals and crooks do. They waking up every day trying to see who they can rob, who they can kill, who they can deceive. That's what criminals do. This man, before he went to jail, he gave a blueprint. He wrote a book. It's a book out. It's called A Blueprint. He got a blueprint out. That blueprint gave laws and policies. It gave you 1 through 16 the laws to follow. Silence and secrecy, but keep your mouth shut. You had the right to remain silent. That's what that meant. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to go snitching on nobody. Shut up. Wait till your lawyer get in there and let the lawyer talk for you, right? Then it was no drugs, no rape. You know what I'm saying? Your hygiene. This ain't sounding like no gang, as they saying. A gang don't care. A gang is going to rob, steal, kill like that. That's what they going to do. This man and his staff, this man and his brothers, these board members, they was raising a lost generation of children. You see what I'm saying? What gang leader as they say gangs, when we hear the bandit gangs or whatever these gangs, they going to the bank robber gang, the heist gangs, the bootlegger gangs, they going to take liquor. That's what them doing. We don't know none of them that's telling you don't get drunk and don't use drugs and don't rape. That sound like a parent to me. Am I right or am I wrong? Because if you was a member, active or non-active, this is what we was taught. So I ain't gonna get on here and lie and say the man was telling us pick up no guns and go kill up. They wasn't telling us that. Oh, another number in there, disrespect. Wasn't tolerated at all. And that was from any mob. You better not been caught disrespecting no vice lords. You better not get caught disrespecting no Black Peace Stone. Like what they doing now, these children now dropping rakes and thinking it's cool. If you was a member, do they have your blood boiling? Yes, because you come from that, you know what I'm saying? And you don't tolerate disrespect it by no means, right? So that's why you got a lot of older G's that's looking the other way when stuff is happening to these children, because they in their feelings about that. Instead of pulling up to them and say, shorty, you ain't got to do no disrespect, because if you knew your real laws and policies, disrespect wasn't tolerated through no mob, through none of these mobs. You know what I'm saying? You was going to get a punking head. You know what I'm saying? What they call bringing you up on charges. It's no difference from the minister saying, we got the FOI, we got our own police, we going to police our own people. That's all these brotherhoods was doing. If I'm lying, somebody you got the flow to tell me I'm lying. If you 35 and up and you 70 on down, tell me I'm lying. That's how we was raised. If you 70 70 down, and you 35 and up, tell me I'm lying. This how we was talking. No horseplay. I'm seeing, so I know some these people that I know y'all in facts. I'm seeing y'all in here. Y'all can read it. I be thinking I gotta read it because y'all can't see the other people comments, but I forget y'all can. I didn't know that. You ain't lying. So that's how we was raised. We wasn't raised to be no savages and all this that they saying. So every time, and then another thing, I seen Nicki Minaj husband, he was a child, 17, his girlfriend was 16. She get caught having sex with him, whatever. I don't know. I don't really want to speak on it because I don't know, but I know he had to do time for it. Now they want the man to register and all this, right? And I see that that's a headline. Why is that a headline? It's only because his wife, his child's mother now, Nikki, is a successful Caribbean woman, you know what I'm saying, black woman, and they want to tarnish her image and her name, you know what I'm saying? Then they throw her brother's situation in there. It's just every time we reach a certain plateau, they come for the killing. So I wouldn't never say nothing about these Vlads and Adam 22s, but if y'all go on both of their pages right now, they both done commented about that. They both done posted that. Why y'all can only show us in the negative light? You do have a choice. You have a choice about what you're going to write in your caption. You have a choice about what you're going to post and put up. So do we post a not, or me, a person that's conscious with eyes and ears and intelligence, I'm supposed to look the other way when I see what these vultures is doing? I ain't supposed to say nothing? And I have nieces and nephews and children that can be influenced by what they see that them pages post? What type of parent am I? We got to ask this to each other. What kind of parents are we? We not going to never say nothing. And then the brothers and the sisters or whoever that'll keep getting on on them channels, chasing them views, just because if he say he got 5 million subscribers, we know, like anybody else, he ain't got 5 million comments. He ain't got 5 million reshares. So it's fluff. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to show y'all that message right now from them guys in India that's saying, hey, you pay $100, you get 1,000 likes. You pay $2,000, you're going to get 5,000 subscribers. I can do that all day long if I was chasing it. You see what I'm saying? But y'all done let these vultures notice that we chasing numbers. Y'all done let the whole industry revamp itself to what they wanted it to be. Now we got to hear about our history, our culture by a European. It's the cycle still going. It's still going. The Greeks took all the knowledge and wisdom out of Egypt and Africa and telling us it's theirs. You see what I'm saying? The English done the same thing and gave us and forced their language on us because we talking English. You know what I'm saying? But if I ask one of y'all right now, let's get to talking in Swahili, y'all gonna look at me like I got 3 heads. It's crazy, bro. It's gonna look like we got three, and like I got 3 heads if I say y'all talk to me in Swahili. Thank y'all finally for trying to get the likes up. It's 3 people, 325. Thank y'all. It's sad, but it's like, is we gonna keep on listening to the foolishness? Or I'm going to just start saying from now on, give me the intelligent people. I only want to talk to intelligent people. So that way we can always show the difference of the intelligent and the fools. That way we know, okay, intelligent people, how we going to come together to get these fools up here with us? Because they just keep bumping their head over and over and over and over and over. And when you say you're an activist or you're a person that care for the culture and all that, that antagonizing the youth, talking down on the youth, you wouldn't be doing none of that. So we gonna call them all out. Yes, Charleston White, he be having a message. He just had a different approach to put it out there. Sean Cotton, he come with a clear voice like he care, but they all, he started him a clothing store, so he's making him an exit because it be guilt. Just like I told y'all with Russell Simmons, it was guilt. He knew that independents didn't have no millions and dollars to pay these radio stations to get no airplay to help change their life. So what did he do? He created Mix Show. So that way, people like myself, people like Birdman, people like Master P can get their records played until they got deals with the majors, and then they didn't have to worry about it no more. But if you was an independent label trying to get your artist music placed and all that, you ain't had no $1,000,000 to pay them program directors to get your record added. And if you did, you damn near wasn't gonna get it added because you wasn't to a major, so they couldn't cover it up. They couldn't smuggle that money. They couldn't hide that money, because who was this independent? But now, thanks to I guess Steve Jobs or whoever created the internet, that stopped all that. So you see, when they saying God don't like ugly, he always make a way for the less fortunate. You know what I'm saying? So that's why y'all don't never see me stunting on this person. And if I wear some nice clothes, that's because I made my money, I hustled up, and I went and bought the clothes that I wanted. I've never been one of them ones that like, man, I need to sell all these bricks so I can bust out on these cars and stun on these niggas. That never been me. I need to buy all this jewelry so I can shit on these niggas. That never been my style. That's never been me. I've never been in competition with nobody. Anybody will tell you that. Even unless we on a baseball field or a basketball court, yeah, we in competition. You know what I'm saying? Or even then, I'm playing my position. If I'm the point guard, I'm gonna bring the ball down. I'm gonna shoot. You know what I'm saying? But if I see somebody open, I'm gonna throw the no look pass. If I'm up to bat, I'm trying to get us a home run. Simple as that. I wasn't looking for no base hits. I'm gonna get us some home runs. So, um, so now that was what I really want to speak on overall, because I still didn't get to it. Because I spoke on the dailies and then we got to talking about something else. So we're going to go back to Larry now. We're going to go back to Jeff Fort. We're going to go back to Fred Hampton. We're going to go back to Willie Lloyd. We're going to go back to Pepper Lou. We're going to go back to King Gino, King Pojo, Booney Black, Mickey Caldwell, David Boxdale. We're gonna go back to them when they was children. So when they was the just say Duck and Chief Keef and them generation, because now I think Dirk and them 30. So gotta take 5 years off Dirk and them. So when they was all their age, because just how they came up, you just gotta put them faces on them now. So just like Keef and Duck and Dirk, Ruger, who else? All these guys that growing up together. They coming up, Lil J, the 600 guys, E-Day and them, all them growing up together. That was the same way. It's no different. But you see how all them clashing. They was clashing as well, but wasn't to that extent. It really had to be something. You know what I'm saying? And y'all seen an elder to me, which was Don Durkee. He got on here, and you see the man shedding tears. You know what I'm saying? Because how he hearing this GD and BD going at it like that, he didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what this was built on. It wasn't built. It was a brotherhood. It literally was a brotherhood. If your mother passed away, if your father passed away, you know how we say orphans. If you basically, I'm gonna use the brotherhoods as like an orphanage. If you didn't have nowhere to go, you can go to the Black Disciples, you can go to the Black Gangsters, you can go to the Gangster Disciples, you can go to Black Peace Stones, you can go to the Latin Kings. That was your second family. So that's how, as much as y'all want me to probably do what the police do, I'm not a police officer. Never cared to be one. Never wanted to be a law enforcement, nothing, right? The only thing I think I did want to be was a criminal attorney. You know what I'm saying? And right before that bright idea came in my mind, boop, we put a gun on me. Make him a felon. So the first time I thought that, when I get out of grammar school, I get out of high school, I'm going to try to go to college, I'm going to be a attorney. They had other plans, you know what I'm saying? And now we aware of all the systematic racism and the stuff like that. Even for the red zone of the neighborhoods and the how they split the communities up. We're aware of all this because our projects was actually places for the Army veterans when they got out the service to live. That's actually what the projects was built for. And then a lot of them went away to the wars. They dropped their families off there and they never came back. So that's really how all that what you call it, the low income came about, because it was government funded for the Army veterans or the people that was in the Army somewhere for their families to stay. That's where the projects come from. So then for us, our projects surrounded all of valuable land in Chicago, because the Cabrini Green, you can walk to downtown. The Ida B. Wells, you can walk to the lake. Stateway, Robert Taylor's, the Ickeys, the Dearborns, I'm gonna throw the Hillets in there. You can walk to the water, literally. You can walk to the water. So that's prime real estate. So now it's like, we're gonna tear these buildings down because they don't know how to act. And it wasn't that we didn't know how to act. Y'all threw drugs, guns, and liquor stores on every corner in our community. So yeah, we didn't know how to act under the influence. It wasn't we, because it was still parents that went to work every day from the project saying it was a stepping stone. As they say, I'm gonna pay this $50 a month and I'm gonna save these checks and we getting out of here. You know what I'm saying? Which is something my mother did and I didn't understand. I thought the lady was crazy, moving in all these damn projects, and her father was a real estate guru. But she's so independent, she don't want to ask nobody for nothing. So I had to suffer. We had to suffer, because I got to fight every project community we move to, because we the new kids on the block. So when y'all say, oh, he tough, he stand up for himself, he don't mind fighting, he don't mind, I've been through it all. You know what I'm saying? I've been through it all. So, you know, the rats as big as rabbits, you know what I'm saying, running through the buildings, and pissy hallways, and junkies strung out on the porch, smelling that sherm. You know, we kids, you know, we want to run up and down the 16th flight of stairs. You get to like the 7 stories, the 7th floor, you done down there passed out, because they using the hallways to smoke the sherm stick. Now you hallucinating at a kid. You think you can fly. You know what I'm saying? So it was weird, man, coming up. But, you know, we was exposed to it all. The same way right now, I just seen a video. I think the little girl was about 3 to 4 years old, and it was some song, I don't remember, but she reciting every word. But we do know from 2 years old to I think 6 years old, the child can retain so much knowledge right then. So instead of the goo goo gaga, dad, no, teach them some languages. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the young brother, he 30, probably 34 right now, but he knows 66 languages, and it might be more than that. You know, but at 18, instead of him playing Nintendo and Segas and whatever, he started teaching himself language. That's impressive to me, you know. So, you know, to go back to Larry and them before I got sidetracked again, they grew up going against the Italian mobs, the Irish mobs, all of the people that was coming over here, that was foreigners. They had to go up against them. So when we gonna say the origin of something, and the government knows this. The government knows this, right? So before y'all start throwing all these rocks, all he did the crime, let him do the crime. You ain't witnessed them done nothing. So it's hearsay to everybody that wasn't there the day of his arraignment. He was in front of a racist judge. You can't tell me no different. Racist police that locked him up. You can't tell me no different. And we know from J. Edgar Hoover's time in office what he was doing to all of our brotherhoods. It's public record. Y'all can go see it. So they had to fight the Dailies. The Daily was a Irish mob. The daddy, our mayor, Richard J. Daley Sr., was a part of the Irish mob. And it was his duty to get Larry off the streets, Jeff off the streets, brother Fred Hampton off the streets, all the vice lords off the street. Gino, it was his duty, and he passed it down to his sons. Just like the Bushes, it's no different. So if y'all want to, because we speak, everybody speak on Chicago, but they ain't none of them told y'all this. What I'm telling you, nobody. I ain't seen not one vlogger that's claim they from here or nothing. And I'm gonna watch it just like y'all. People send me the link the same way. My dad made the decision on wanting to be a damn narcotics detective, and I chose the streets. I hated my life growing up. I mean, why? You know, he chose the right thing to do. Why did you want to buck him? Why you wanted to go against the grain? Because that's what's happening. I know what it is to be segregated in Trenton State Prison for 3 years, so I know the pain. God bless Larry Hoover, his family, and I pray the government let him go. And to say the buck in the system, right? And when they said he denounced the brotherhood for good reason, you know what I'm saying? Because it was those that bucked the system within the brotherhood. You had guys that's gonna call themselves insane gangsters. You had guys that's gonna say it was black gangster disciple. Then it was a point that says nothing go before the G, so it was only gangster disciple. But you had guys that said we insane gangster disciples, and then we bogus boys and all this. So anybody that was thinking that they was gonna take the movement and make it their own, they was in violation. Cause you know, and that's why a lot of y'all like that 48 laws of power book, because it tell you to overthrow the master, overthrow. That's why y'all like that. And once again, you letting a European in this book tell you how to deceive your own fellow brother and your sister. Soon as I read the synopsis, I didn't want to read the book. Get this out of here. It wouldn't dare be in my household. No. I don't want to see it all because I knew what was going on. And that's the same with Vlad and them. They ain't putting up nothing that I can learn from on their channels. It ain't nothing on there I can learn from. That's how I look at it. What I can learn from that? Nothing. You putting snitches on there. You putting fools on there. You know, I don't know what you putting on there. But it ain't nothing I can learn from. You know, then you tell us you can disrespect our elders because you made 10 million off our culture. You can live in Calabasas. You can hire some security. I got that picture of you too with them bumps and bruises that you got. So even though some people get upset or mad at Ross for whatever reason, but we used to call them, you got them GD glasses. You got that pumpkin head from Ross and them. So if you think that I think that he don't dislike our culture, you got to be crazy. He got the hand of God and hands and feet put on him. And you think he like us? Not with that shiner. Not with that shiner. And bumps and bruises. You think he like us? Every time he can see a black melanated man, he can dislike him. Yeah, and I know some people, oh, he got a black baby mama. Oh, he got mulatto children. Okay, what that mean? That don't mean nothing. That don't mean that he don't got no dislike or no hatred in his heart for no brothers after he got to go to sleep, wake up all day, every day, knowing that they done beat him to a bloody pulp. So y'all can get mad if he y'all favorite blogger. I don't care. You know, he's not my favorite. So, you know, and it's nothing personal, but anybody, well, I guess it would be personal if you keep on posting all this stuff. I'm going to give y'all examples. So that's what I like to do. Fact check everything, right? So y'all don't think I'm just going in and y'all start having y'all hissy fits. I'm going to show y'all something. I'll explain to y'all. Look, now I'm going to show y'all. Look at all he posts. Bad news about Thug and his nephew, right? Mug shots. This from a European doing this to us. Who is this? Little baby I rap about. Is real, not fabricated like most rappers. Okay. Who is this? Stunner for Vegas growing up with his dad in prison. Hell, if I know he's still there. Hell, if I know if he's still there. But these is the messages. This the propaganda. This what they want you. This what he want to keep throwing in our face. You know that's hard. That's hurtful to Stunner. Stunner Vegas might ain't saying it, but he don't know if his daddy's still in jail or not. You think that's a good thing? He gotta wake up and see that on this European page. Rowdy Rich seen kicking fan who ran up on stage. He might have got PTSD, scared. He probably thought somebody tried to grab him. James Cruz on managing Busta Rhymes and Missy Elliott, LL Cool J telling him to shut up. Whatever, James. Let me see. Drake reflects on hearing the Weeknd's music for the first time. So them like it's three whatevers and it's three criticals, right? Mav Hoffa on fights with Sirius Jones and Dose being a stick-up kid. Why you can't interview Mav Hoffa? Because he got a great platform. So y'all make sure y'all follow Mav Hoffa's platform too. Why you can't do that? I just done it. I got my own channel, but I'm sending my people to Mav Hoffa page. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe over there to Mav Hoffa. Y'all see what I mean? Now, you know why I done that? Is it because Mav is one of us? But you see what he did. You see what his title had to read. Look at this. Photo released of nurse who allegedly tried to smuggle drugs in jail for Gunna. We don't care to know that. He's sick. He needed to go. He needed some medicine. Dude from Snowfall. Okay. But it's all our people. It's gonna be his whole page is us for the most part. Vince McMahon reportedly paid 4 women $12 million to stay quiet about misconducts. Freaks. See, he can't post too much about them European because it's gonna be something about some wicked stuff with some children. There's always some hanky-panky going on. He ain't gonna never tell us their life. Doja Cat calls out 17-year-old Stranger Things actor for exposing DM about co-star. I don't know what that's about. But hold on, I'm gonna give y'all some more because Macy Gray addresses backlash following real women trans comment. She got the right to speak her opinion. Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna get y'all. Okay, right here. Nicki Minaj's husband received sentence for failing to register. Like, come on, bro. He already feel like it was an unjust situation, and then here you go. Then it's gonna always be something criminal or gay in our culture that they want to put on us. He posts Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy says he allows estranged wife to date, calls the men his boyfriends-in-law. And he probably, you know, he laughed like a dork. Straight goof troop. Once again, Polo G. Miami arrest footage shows bad-mouthing cops in holding cells. This what they do to us. These the images that they want to show. They want to show this child in a locked up. This what they do to us. Or Michael Jordan and Isaiah. Isaiah Thomas tells Michael Jordan to stop lying about alleged freeze out in 1985. It's going to always be something about us going against each other. Always. Let me see. You got Michael Jackson on here. So now you want to diss Mike. Listen to this. Michael Jackson estate removes 3 tracks amidst rumors about a replacement vocalist. So it's either you saying they trying to put another vocalist on the song, or you saying somebody else's vocals was on a song with Mike. I don't know, because that's the same way with Long Live Yak, I'm Gucci OG till you see. Let me see. That's Gotti talking to somebody. Salute to Gotti. Gotti the main mod. He holding the page down and getting the trollers out of here. So that's the same thing with Payroll, Kanye and Jay-Z situation on Never Change. That's Kanye, that's Payroll verse, that was Payroll's song. And that's payroll still saying the hook. So that's one of them situations. But what difference do it make to this dude? Then right here, video show bodega worker fatally stab attacker. Worker charged and sent to Rikers. Now that is kind of crazy though, but look, he gonna post the still shot of the man sticking the knife in the black man's neck. But I think the other guy African too. He might be just from, as they call it, Middle East Africa. Middle East. WNBA star Brittany Griner pleads guilty to drug charges in Russia, face 10 years. And then he posted, "You from over there, why don't you send some of your uncles and your auntie and them to go get her? Put something on her books, make sure she good, since you want to post her. Did you write her? Ask him, did he write her a letter? Ask her, did he send some of his cousins over there that work over in there and make sure she's straight?" Now I'm through with him, but I could still show y'all way more of everything, how he do in his titles. Oh, so since we're talking about it, Larry Hoover denounces association to Gangster Disciples in letter to judge. So he posted that. But it's gonna always be something about our culture from this vulture that he gonna post to try to monetize on. And y'all got the right to follow whatever page y'all want to follow. But I just feel like if you ain't getting no good news from it or nothing that can help you, or give your brothers and sisters a chance, because there's sisters with some pages too. Tasha K be tripping sometimes, but she funny. And she brings she do her due diligence too, in some cases. People just get used to getting stuff slid up under the rug. It's our own fault. What do you say? It's our own fault we're getting exploited. Yeah, I can agree to that. Can someone show me a Vlad mixtape? I swear I don't remember Vlad having a mixtape out. Me neither. And on that note, free Larry Hoover, and I'm out. I'm going on, Jones. Salute to you, Gotti. Capone.